Music hall folklore has given the Old Kent Road and surrounding area a special reputation. But on Saturday, this very English corner of South London indulged in a Russian revolution.
Danger here. And Yuran has scored.
Sergei Yuran, striker for the Russian national team, and Vasili Kulkov, 45 caps, were about to add Millwall to a roll call of clubs, including Bobby Robson's Porto and Benfica.
I think they'll be all right over here. They'll get treated well, won't they? And they'll probably good places to live and everything over here. They'd be like royalty, wouldn't they?
Do well when they come from a poor country. It'd probably have been earning a couple of quid a week, don't they? They've come here, £5 grand, they're living it up, aren't they?
As long as they're good enough, they'll last the season out. But if they're no good, then we'll have to have someone else in.
You're tough to please sometimes, aren't you? How does this compare to the other deals that have been done? The Cantonars, the Ginelars, the Bergkamps, in terms of pulling off an unexpected deal?
Oh, I mean, that's for you to judge, but I would argue this is just as significant, if not more so. I mean, these are not old players. I mean, Yuran is 26 years old and Kulkov is 29 years old. It's not as if we're getting... I mean, initially people said, when we said we were signing a couple of internationals, that they were maybe sort of Croatian B under-21s of 10 years ago, but these are, I think, world-class players.
It took Millwall 4 weeks of top-secret negotiations to pull off the deal and persuade Yuran and Kulkov that instead of leading Spartak Moscow into the last 8 of the European Cup, they should go on loan to the New Den and take the money. Millwall are already cashing in, and in the car park there was the remarkable sight of a genuine Russian with his very own black market.
These are Spartak Moscow badges?
Yeah.
For how much?
For £1. Not expensive.
I think they came here because Bobby Robson told them that we were a club with ambitions. And very early in the negotiations, right at the beginning, we brought them down to show them the stadium. I mean, no disrespect to the old Den. I think it'd been very difficult to get anybody to come to the old ground, but I think they were quite impressed, and we looked after them and were persistent.
And some of the £10,000 a week being invested in Yuran and Kulkov was paid back on Saturday. Millwall's biggest crowd this season, 14,000, double what they would have expected a few days earlier, turned up. Many of them convinced Millwall were once again favourites for promotion. Yet the side hadn't won in 10 games, and back home the Russians had played just once in 10 weeks. They were blameless spectators just 5 minutes in, as Port Vale's Steve Guppy made for the byline, and Martin Foyle turned in the cross. Kulkov, described as the Russian Baresi, roamed in front of the back four. Yuran was acclimatising rather better to the rough and tumble, and quickly discovering why Ginola, Cantona and the rest sometimes feel misunderstood. But Yuran won't be intimidated. He's nicknamed the Tank back in Russia, and it was his high-impact challenge on Paul Musselwhite that delivered the equaliser for Alex Ray. Yuran had his more subtle moments on the way to half-time, but Jason van Blurk wasn't the only Millwall player, not on quite the same wavelength. And come the second half, struggling Port Vale re-established control. This time Tony Naylor dispatched the cross. It was the last instalment in Kulkov's afternoon. He's clearly not match fit, but within 30 seconds his compatriot appeared to have created another equaliser for Ray, but the referee said no penalty. And surrounded by players seriously short of confidence, Yuran's afternoon ended in frustrated disappointment. Port Vale had done what Blackburn Rovers couldn't. They'd stopped the Russian advance.
I said to the players beforehand, Sergei and Vasili weren't a magic wand. They weren't coming in, everything was going to be right. And I knew Port Vale would be coming here to spoil the party. There was no question.
Well, I think Mick will have to just wait a little bit while and see whether they can get accustomed to the way the English game is. I don't know how fit they are, but no disrespect to them, I didn't actually see a lot of them.
I thought Vasili Kulkov looks a very, very good pass. He's very good on the ball, there's no question, his quality about that. I thought the other fellow up front played very well, Sergei Yuran. He looks quality, has it into him, he looks to try and turn and slot people in. He had a great challenge on the keeper for the goal. I mean, he shows that he'll put himself around. I think there's the two very good players and they'll be assets for the club.
Millwall are now 12th in Division 1, but still only 2 points away from a playoff place. Derby remains 7 points clear, but Charlton have a game in hand. Stoke's win over Leicester has lifted them into the top 4.